Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Bree, and fun fact about me is that I plan on going almost every single shade of hair color. I want to dye my hair purple, I want to dye it a green shade, I want to dye it turquoise. There's so many different various colors that I want to go. Right now, as you can see, I'm kind of like a purplish red. I love it so much, and it kind of inspired me to kind of go outside of my comfort zone and do this look. Now, this particular look, I realized that I've done something similar last year, I think it was, or 2 years ago, so I will put that up in the cards up above. That was more of like a Star Wars inspired makeup tutorial. This one I just kind of went with whatever I felt like doing in the moment, so I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, then let's hop into the video. I'm gonna look a little scary in 3, 2, 1. So I know that we are really zoomed in. My hair is back, but I haven't done one of these in a really long time, and so I thought that I would do a get ready with you guys. Now, some of these products I have used before, some of them I haven't. I am testing out my new mic. Hopefully it'll be okay. We shall see. I know I'm really like zoomed in. I hope that's all right. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you every single step, but we're going to start off with face. I always start off with my face. I never do my eyes first. I've never used this before, but this is the Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer, and this is the Pores No More Primer. So it's a squeezy tube. Smells good. Smells medicinal. Next up, I'm going to contour, and this has been one of my favorite products to contour with. This is the Anastasia Stick Foundation in Fawn, which is one of their contour shades. Because this look is going to be pretty dramatic, I figured, yeah, I will go ahead and contour and do a bunch of crazy things with my face. So I'm just going to contour and kind of show you where I'm going to draw it in, and then we'll buff it out. My skin has been breaking out because it's that time of the month, and yeah, it is not happy with me. And I'm going to take this brush. I don't actually know who it's by. Editing Bree, if you know who it's by, let us know right here. But I'm just going to use this to blend it out. So what I basically do first is I press it into the skin, and then I'll buff it up. I like doing the contour first before putting on the foundation, just because I feel like if it gets a little sloppy, it's okay because we are going to put foundation on top of it. And I can always clean it up later, whereas if you put it on top of foundation, you can't necessarily clean it up. I mean, you can go over it more with foundation, but I don't know. I just like this method a little bit more. I'm just gonna press it into the skin and then buff up. See, like this, I can just kind of clean it up with my fingers. Then sometimes I'll go in with a beauty blender and I will just blend the outer portions just so that it's not super streaky. Now I'm going to go in with foundation, and my current favorite foundation is the Fenty Beauty Foundation in 190. It's the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Love is the foundation brush. It's like a little heart. It's so cute. I'm going to dot it all over the face. Well, I shouldn't say all over the face. On my right side of the face. I do 1 pump per side. So sometimes I'll get my chin, blend it down my neck. But as you can see, I am pressing it into my skin. I'm not necessarily buffing it in. Do the exact same thing on the other side. Now I am gonna go over my face with a powder foundation. So if there are spots where I feel like my redness is peeking through, that's okay, because we are going to give myself kind of full coverage, or medium coverage at least. The only thing I don't like about this brush is that it does soak up all your product because it gets deep into the hairs, which is probably why you need to buff it out. I mean, I'm gonna do so for my head. I don't necessarily like that, but I'm gonna do that. Just gonna go a little bit over my eyes. I think that's it for foundation. You can still see my skin peeping through, but like I said, I'm gonna go in with a powder foundation. I don't want it to be too cakey. Now I'm gonna go in with concealer. So the first concealer I'm gonna use is the BareMinerals BareSkin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer, and this is in the shade medium. And I'm gonna use that for those dark circles. We're just going to cover those up. And then for my sunspots, which are right in the middle, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Medium Beige. From what I've heard, this is very comparable to the Nars Creamy Concealer. I'm not so sure about that. I've never truly tested it out. Those in the comments, let us know is it? Is it the same? The final concealer I'm gonna use is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Custard. And this I'm gonna use as my eyeshadow primer, or eyeshadow base, as well as on any pimples that I have. So I'm gonna take this with a Sephora Pro Cream Shadow Brush, and I'm going to apply that all over the lid. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend it all out. And then I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm just going to press it in. So I'm gonna hit up the blemish, the other blemish, and then I'm going to gently, I'm barely even touching my skin. I'm just bouncing this because I want as much full coverage as I can get for my dark circles. Now I'm going to set. So I'm gonna go in first with the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. Love this powder, it is amazing. Real Technique setting brush, my favorite brush to set. And I'm going to set my eyelids and my under eyes. And then sometimes I'll get right in that inner corner. That's where I tend to crease a lot, is right in here. Or my nose too. So next up what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my powder foundation. Now this is new to my collection, but I used it yesterday and I was really, really loving it. This is the BareMinerals Bare Pro Performance Wear Powder Foundation in Light Natural 09. It comes with a little powder puff and a mirror, which is nice because then I can take it on the go if I need to touch up. I'm going to take the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Jumbo Powder Brush in number 3. So I'm just going to dip my brush into the powder and then I'll press it on top of the skin. I'll take a little bit of it and brush this down my neck just to blend everything in. I'll take a little bit more and just kind of press it on my areas. By the way, if you hear any beeping, that's Josh's iPad. I don't know how to make the sound go off. Sometimes if I feel like something's a little bit, I don't know, crusty, I will go in with my beauty blender and just press it even more so into the skin. I'm going to set my face and then we're gonna move on to the eyes. So I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay All Nighter Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray. This is by far my favorite setting spray. I bought the mini size just so that I could travel with it, and I'm going to spritz my face. I'm going to focus on the eyes. Now for the eyes, we're gonna go a little adventurous and a little crazy and I don't know, very glitzy and glam. I think what I wanna do first is put a base all over my lid. So let's take a flat brush. This is a Ben Nye, just a little flat shadow brush. And I'm gonna go into the Winky Luxe Kitten palette and I'm just gonna use this shade right here. Just like a matte cream shade. So I'm just gonna take a little bit underneath my lower lash line. I'm gonna go into this Makeup Geek eyeshadow, the shade Creme Brulee. It's very, very basic. It's almost the same color as my skin tone, just a little bit deeper. And I'm gonna go in with this Luxie 205 brush. This is from the Princess Jasmine collection. And because it's so fluffy, I'm gonna focus this as a transition shade, but I don't mind if it goes on top of the lid. Now this shade is kind of difficult to build up just because, like I said, it is very, very similar to my skin tone. So if you did want a light contour and you are similar to my skin tone, honestly, you could use this as a contour. Like I said, it's the Makeup Geek Creme Brulee eyeshadow, and I got these when they had the 30% off. So all of their eyeshadows were, I think, like $4 or $5. I'm also gonna take this and I'm going to sweep it across that lower lash line. So I'm gonna use the Moda crease brush and I'm gonna go in with, let's use this shade from the Dose of Colors. So it's this one right here called Berry Chic, and we're going to go into the crease a little bit with this. Makeup Geek and Dose of Colors eyeshadows have become my favorite formula. If Dose of Colors ever decides to come out with single shadows, I think what I might do is just get rid of the majority of my palettes and just accumulate the majority of the Makeup Geek eyeshadows as well as the Dose of Colors. Even if I just get the Dose of Color eyeshadow palettes, they are beautiful, they blend out great, and the pigmentation is incredible. And I'm so grateful that they're selling them at Ulta, just because I've become more of an Ulta gal than I have a Sephora. I like the perks you get from Ulta, the fact that you can use those points to save money. It's been amazing. So what I'll do is I'll rack up those points and then I'll use it towards like a perfume of some sort or something that's a little bit more expensive. So as you can see, I'm just really focusing it on my outer corner, kind of feathering it out a little bit just to create kind of a a winged eye, but I'm barely tapping my brush into the eyeshadow palette because these eyeshadows are incredibly pigmented. It has been a hot minute since I have recorded a makeup tutorial, and it actually feels really nice to do it. I know I had said that I want to steer away, but a lot of people were asking like, hey Brie, you haven't posted one in a while. I know you said you weren't going to, but I really miss them. So I thought, okay, if I'm gonna post makeup tutorials, I want to be a little bit more creative with my eyeshadow looks. I'm going to go into a mixture of 2 shades. So I'm going to go into this one by Makeup Geek. It is Bitten. Bitten is this shade right here. And then I'm also going to go into a mixture of actually 3 shades. So these 2 right here. These are Roseberry and Berry Pop. And I'm going to focus this on the outer V, and then with whatever product I have left on my brush, I will blend it into the crease. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that kind of fuchsia shade from the Dose of Colors. It's the Berry Pop, and I'm gonna place that right into the crease to give a little bit of pop. Cupcake by Makeup Geek, just like a very nice muted pink. Blend out the eyeshadows. Since we've got a lot of pink going on, I figured that would be fine to blend it out. I'm gonna be a little bold, and I'm gonna go in with purple on my lid. Like I said, we're gonna do something I've never done before. So I'm gonna take this purple right here. This is the shade Mixed Berries. And I'm gonna take the eyeshadow brush that is in the palette. You know what? I like that for the outer V, but not for the lid. So I'm gonna use this e.l.f. brush. Take that same shade, tap off the excess, and there we go. Because this is more densely packed, I'm able to apply the eyeshadow a little bit better. I also like to tilt my head up sometimes just to make sure that I'm getting all of my lid. You know what I might do too? Is take my finger and just pack it on like that. Okay, that for some reason is really, I don't know why, this eyeshadow shade is really patchy today. Maybe because I only use it on my outer V. I'm gonna go back in with the colors that we used in my crease. So Bitten, and then the 2 from the Dose of Colors eyeshadow palette, and I'm just going to blend out that color. This is why I normally don't go outside of my comfort zone, because I'm afraid of what will happen. I'm gonna go in actually with this shade. This is from a Velvet 59 eyeshadow palette. I don't know what it's called. If I can find the name, I will let you know, but it's this shade right here, you guys. But that color, oh my gosh, let me show you. Just like a simple swatch. It is so iridescent and beautiful, so I'm going to use that all over the lid. I'm going to go with the Urban Decay Toxic eyeshadow. I'm going to press that on. There we go. That's the pigmentation that I wanted. And then I'm going to go back in with that beautiful shade from Velvet 59. And I'm gonna press that in the inner corner, or I should say the inner half, because it's really not going into the inner corner. So then for the inner corner, I'm gonna take this little teeny tiny brush from Victoria Lynn Beauty, and I'm gonna go in with that NYX eyeshadow in Frostbite. This is gonna be a base for the highlight that I'm gonna put in there as well. I'm gonna press that into the inner corner, and it's not really showing up. Maybe this is why I was going to declutter it. I'll just use my finger. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna deepen up the outer V a little bit more. I'm going to go into Cherry Cola, and I'm gonna go into the shade Americano. And these are both by Makeup Geek. I'm going to use this brush right here. This is the Luxie Small Taper Brush. I go into Cherry Cola and Americano, tap off my brush, and I'm going to dot this and press it into the outer V, and then slowly make my way into the crease. Let me go back in with Cupcake. Let me blend that out. Should I put glitter on my eyes? I don't know. Maybe I will, because I normally don't put glitter. Could be fun. Okay, what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna go in with the Stila Sea Siren. We're gonna place a little bit of that on top, and then we'll do glitter on top. take a little bit and put it under my lower lash line too. Then I'm gonna take some glitter glue. This is the NYX Glitter Primer. Take a little bit on my finger. I'm gonna press that right on top of Sea Siren. I'm gonna go in with the NYX glitter. This is in the shade 02, and I'm just going to press that right on top. Whoa, now I've got glitter all over my face, so I'm gonna take just a fluffy brush and wipe away as much as the glitter as I possibly can. Let's work on the bottom lash line and then we'll kind of deepen everything up. So I'm gonna take this little Luxie brush. This is the Luxie 227 brush. And let's go in with the Dose of Colors eyeshadow right here. Sweep that on the lower lash line. Take my little Luxie tapered brush and I'm gonna take this shade right here. Focus that on the outer portion of the eye. Take the same brush and take that beautiful purple and focus that on the outer V, kind of bringing it up into that outer V. I'm gonna go into the shade Cupcake from Makeup Geek just to tie it all in. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to deepen up that crease, and the way that I'm going to do that is I'm gonna go into a mixture of the bottom two eyeshadows right here. So we've got Mixed Berries and Blackberry, I think. Yeah, Blackberry. So basically a deep purple and a black. I'm going to use the Luxie 213T and focus this. Can you see? I don't know. I hope you can. Focus this on the outer V. I just want it to be right in this outer section. I don't want it to go anywhere else. I just want it to be right there and also on that lower bottom lash line. And I'm going to take my fluffy brush and just blend out any harsh edges that we might have. May not be perfect, but I think it's not that bad. I think once we put everything together, it'll obviously look 10 times better. I'm not liking the way the full crease looks, but what I typically do is I will work on my lashes, and then once my false lashes are on, I'll go back into the crease and just build everything up again. I am going to use my Sephora crayon, waterproof crayon in Love Affair. I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line. I don't know who this is by. Just use a black kohl liner, and I'm going to tight line. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of liquid liner. I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Trooper liner. I always get so nervous when I have to do liquid liner. I don't know why, I just do. I'm just gonna do little simple strokes. You guys are just gonna watch. I'm not gonna talk through it just because I can't talk and do liner at the same time, but I won't speed it up. That way you can just see what exactly I'm doing. This is the Luxie 215. It's from that Jasmine collection. And I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Geek black. I think this is in the shade Corrupt. It is the blackest black I own. It is intensely pigmented. Yes, Corrupt. It is so, I was gonna say so delicious. It is so pigmented. And I'm gonna stamp this right on top. So I'll go in with the Luxie 213 brush. I'm gonna take Corrupt, just a little bit of the black, and then focus that on the outer part of that wing to kind of blend it in. I'm gonna go in with mascara. So I'm gonna use three mascaras today. I've got plenty of time to get ready today, and so we are gonna take our time and use as much product as we want to. So I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics Superhero Travel Size Mascara. That'll be the base. I'm trying to use this mascara up. If you guys saw my Project Pan, I'm trying to use this as much as possible. The only thing is that it's not waterproof. So with my runny eyes, it gets all over the place. I've got to set it with a waterproof mascara. Let me know, do you guys have a cruelty-free waterproof mascara that you are in love with? I've yet to find one that I'm fully in love with. I'm currently using the next one that you will see, which is the Flower Beauty waterproof one. It's okay. It's not my favorite. This is the Zoom In Ultimate Mascara. Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll put on false lashes. But I'm gonna start going back to the face. I'm going to take my Luxie 504 brush, favorite bronzer here ever. It's the Omega Bronze in Tantastic. And I'm going to carve out my face. Now I'm gonna go in with blush, and the blush palette that I'm gonna use, just because I wanted a little bit more of a pinky undertone, is the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette, and I'm gonna use this hot pink right here. It's like a baby doll pink. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use this one. You know what? I've been telling myself I need to use this Inglot blush. So I'm gonna start off with that one. This is the Inglot blush in 28. It's in my project pan at the moment. And take this Luxie 522 brush. It's a blush brush. Dip that in there and apply that to the cheeks. It's a very like soft, muted mauve. Then I'm gonna go into Cherry, which I don't understand the names of these, but this one's Cherry. Apply that right on top. Oh no, this is a little light. This is a little too light for me. Oh no. Should I go into Easy? Yeah, I'm gonna go into Easy. So much blush. I'm gonna have to blend that out. I just went in with the wrong colors. Dang it. I'm just gonna blend it out. We're gonna have really rosy look. I have a really rosy look today. This highlighter I'm obsessed with. This is the Too Faced, I don't know what that's called. It's like a diamond glow highlight. Whatever it is, editing Brie, let me know right here. It is so pretty. So I'm gonna use that with the Anastasia A23 highlight brush. I'm gonna apply that right on top. Oh yeah. I'm gonna hit my brow bone with that. I'm gonna go up and away. Look how pretty that is. It's so gorgeous. Hit my nose, down the middle of my nose. Take it on my Cupid's bow. A little rainbow connection over here. I'm gonna take this Merlin Langnickel concealer brush and I'm gonna go into this shade from Makeup Geek. It's called Shimma Shimma. Apply that in that inner corner. That definitely brightened everything up. I'm gonna take a little bit on the tip of my brush and go right underneath the brow bone. I don't know why I was whispering. Like it was a secret. Go into the highlight by Too Faced. Take a little bit of that and apply that in the inner corner as well, just to tie everything in. I'm gonna go in with the House of Lashes in Timeless. My friend Tracy sent these my way, which thank you, Tracy. They are beautiful. Sometimes I like to place my eyelashes first just to make sure. Yeah, that's gonna look really pretty. I'm gonna go in with the House of Lashes eyelash glue. What I like to do is just put the glue on first, and then once I put the glue on, I will wiggle it around a little, make sure that I'm getting the shape that I want. Then I will press it onto the lid. I will start with the inner corner and outer corner first, and then I'll slowly press down once I figure out exactly where I want the lash to be. Then I will just pinch my lashes together to kind of blend everything in. I have been on the struggle bus. My camera died. So hopefully we'll be able to get my brows in. It's the Convertible Brow in 02. I use all of these shades and I go in with a brush by the Brow Gal. It came with it. So what I do is I brush my brows up. I start off with the deeper shade, then a little bit of the other two shades, and I'm just going to fill in my brows. I figured at least I would tell you what I'm doing, just in case it cuts me off. At least you get the gist of what I'm doing for my brows. So I'm kind of outlining, filling in where I don't have any brows, and working my way up. So I start with the front portion of my brow, and then I'll go in on the tail end. As you can see, that is a better brow than that brow. And I'm just gonna keep going in and just really shaping my brows and seeing how I like them. Sometimes I'll even lift my brow just to make sure that I'm getting all the sparse areas. Going the opposite way to make it look a little fuller. So I go underneath the brow and very, very lightly. I'm barely even touching my face. It's like a light feather. And I am just making short strokes to create hairs, basically. So I want them to look as similar as I can. Never happens, but it's always the goal. To at least look like sisters. Sometimes I will go in and gently just brush the product. I'm gonna go in with this side though, because I do see that we've got a little bit of sparse areas. Go in with the Essence Make Me Brow. This is the Brownie Brow, or Brownie Brows, I think. And I will set the brows just like so. This also really just blends everything in. I'm gonna take just my fluffy brush and I'm gonna go in with Cherry Cola, which was this shade right here, and then just blend it on that outer V and into the crease. Now that it's been a little while, sometimes I just like to do that to build up the color that I'm wanting. You don't have to. It's just some weird thing I like to do now and then. And then I'll blend it like underneath as well. Now we're gonna work on the lips. I was gonna do a colorful lip. I don't know, should I do it? I don't know, I'm kind of being a little out there today. So maybe what I'll do first is I will start with the Bite Beauty lip pencil. This is in 034, and I will outline my lips. I'm gonna go in with the Ofra lipstick, the liquid lipstick in Manhattan. And then what I'm gonna do, just to kind of, I don't know, add a little fun, I'll take that highlight and apply that right in the middle. And here is the finished look. I hope that you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. I haven't done this in a really long time. So if you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day, guys.